There are a number of reasons people procrastinate, and I want to delve into a few of those reasons and really encourage you out of it. You might want to stick around till the end because I have a little giveaway that I want to tell you about. First of all, there are a lot of people who are genuinely afraid of failure. They overthink, they've played out the 10 million different ways that they could fail, and they will not go forward because they think that this is guaranteed to happen. I'm going to look stupid. People are going to reject me or criticize me, laugh at me if I don't succeed. So they don't even start. Many times it's because of our own mindset. We're focusing on a lot of the negative outcomes instead of focusing on the things that can actually go right. Another thing that I actually never thought about until I experienced it myself is the fear of success. There are some people who are afraid of success, believe it or not. I know it sounds weird, but it's true. I personally can attest to it. So I was afraid of taking my business to the next level because I was like, oh my gosh, if I do this thing, it's going to blow up. It's going to be successful. I know that already. But for me, success meant increased pressure, increased expectations, increased responsibilities that I wasn't sure I was capable of managing. And so I felt like I didn't want additional stress in my life because I knew what it felt like to feel overwhelmed and anxious. Another fear is not being good enough. That's actually a very common fear that people have. And it's one that I also had starting this YouTube channel. I felt like, oh my gosh, I don't have a degree in business or an MBA or something. Why would I be talking about business? But then why wouldn't I be talking about business? I started my first business fresh out of university at 21. And I've had so much experience over the years with businesses that are still running today. Some that I've closed, some that I've sold, some that I don't even want to remember because it was a disaster. But I've had so many experiences that I am equipped, and I had to tell myself that and combat those thoughts of I'm not good enough, Another reason people procrastinate in starting their business is because they're just trying to wait on perfection. They're trying to wait on all the perfect conditions. They're trying to get the finances in order. They're trying to get the packaging in order. They're trying to get the Instagram page looking all professional. And so they're trying to build something before they actually start. Another one is feeling like you just don't even know where to start. You may feel like I do want to start the business. If I even knew where to start, I would do it in a heartbeat, but I have no idea where to even go. So you lack that guidance and that know-how of how to even start a business. The last reason is that you may just lack the passion and the urgency to start this business. This is where you can actually think about, well, why do I want to start a business? Is it that you just want to say that you have a business? Is it that you just want to say, oh my gosh, I'm an entrepreneur? Is it that you want to say, well, I have multiple streams of income? Is it that you want to be rich by the end of the year? If you're doing it for the wrong reasons, it's no wonder you haven't started as yet. Or you haven't really taken it to the next level because maybe you lack the passion. Maybe this is not the call that's on your life. And it may not be that business isn't the call for your life. It might just be that that business is not the thing for you. Sometimes we lack that passion and that urgency and that feeling of, oh my gosh, this is something inside of me. I need to do it now because it's not inside of you. And you're trying to make something happen that's not really your call and your purpose. I actually have a video in the works on how to figure out what type of business to start. And for some of you, that might be the information that you may need to really refocus and figure out, where do I really want to go in all of this? So now that we've actually talked about some of the reasons people procrastinate in starting their business, I want to give you 5 easy tips to overcome these fears and start your business. My first tip is to shift your focus. Fear is something that really dwells in our minds. If you think about it, you'll realize that the things that you're afraid of, the things that you're worried about, don't actually come to pass. There have been several studies on these things, and a large percentage of the things that we're afraid of don't actually happen. So it means that you need to fix your focus somewhere else. I've heard some people say that it's a good idea to think of the worst case scenario and try to prepare in case it happens. But I feel like that still focuses on the negative. What I've found works is to focus on the best case scenarios. Instead of all the ways that you can fail, think about all the ways that you can succeed. Think about, oh my gosh, if I start this business, I might get 10 or 100 customers on my first day. If I start this business, I can be well on my way to becoming the next Elon Musk, Oprah Winfrey, whoever else. Think about the possibilities that actually end well instead of focusing on all the negative things that can happen. Stop thinking about what people may say. Stop thinking about what if this happens or that happens. Stop thinking about what would they say if I fail. Shift your focus and realize that you're thinking about what they might think about in the future while life is happening in the present and it's passing you by. I literally this morning saw a video about a woman who has 26 businesses or something like that. And in the comment section, I had to scroll really far down to find good comments because people were like,
oh my gosh, why does she need 26 businesses? She just needs one good business. Oh my gosh, I'm sure she thinks that something is a business when it really isn't.
And it's like, firstly, people are going to talk whether you're doing good or bad. Second, these people in the comments clearly are not business owners because they didn't even know what they were talking about. Like, I was looking at these comments thinking, that doesn't even make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. And they won't understand that because they're not business people. So who are the people who are going to criticize you? Is it going to be people who are not even in business? Is it going to be people who don't even have the area of expertise that you have? So what do they know? They don't know anything. They are non-entities in this entire thing. They have nothing to do with your goal. They have nothing to do with the plan and the call that's on your life. So why are you taking them on? Stop being weird. Rethink how you see failure. In this video, I actually talked about 3 things that I learned in business. And one of them has to do with failure. Failure is actually not such a terrible thing. Failure is actually one of the best ways you can learn. So stop thinking of failure as something that will bring you shame and embarrassment, and think about failure as something that can bring you lessons and information so that you can go forward and improve and do better. A lot of successful people actually have failed a lot, and I said that in that video before because it's so crucial for people to understand that failure is part of the process of life, and failure is a big part of building a business. You're never going to get everything right, but when you do make mistakes and you learn from them, you create something better later on. My second tip to stop procrastinating and to actually start your business is to stop waiting on perfection. There is no real cap on perfection if you think about it. Like, what really is perfection in starting a business? Having all the money and all the details figured out, that's not actually perfection, because when you start the business, there are going to be things that come up that you would have never thought about, that you would have never seen coming, that you would have never expected. Check this video out and you'll see for yourself. I think it's important for us to remember that you don't know what you don't know. So there is no way that you can prepare for the unknown completely. I think some of you may need to let go of the need to control all the variables, to control all the outcomes, and to control everything that's happening in your life. When I wanted to start this YouTube channel, I needed to start before I was 100% ready, or else I would eventually talk myself out of doing it. And that's what we end up doing. We talk ourselves out of doing the thing that we know we need to do. When I started the channel, in my mind, being ready meant having a really great lighting setup, a really great background, a really great understanding of business, apart from the things I already knew. But now I realize that the more videos I do, the more I'm actually learning while doing. In my research for starting YouTube, I came across so many YouTubers who were saying the same thing. Basically, start YouTube before you feel ready to start, because your first few videos are going to be trash anyway. So you'll be able to learn what you need to do to improve each time you post a video. And it's actually true. I know for a fact that my first video was not my best. It wasn't because I was lackluster when I did it. I was on fire when I did it, but I was also nervous when I did it. I also didn't understand the editing process when I did it, because editing comes after filming. And because I had never filmed and then edited something before, I had no idea of what I should be doing when filming in order to prepare best for editing. So think about it. You want to get all your ducks in a row before you start your business, but you've never had a business like that before. Or maybe you've never had a business at all before. How are you going to know which ducks need to be in the row? How are you going to know how to line them up? How are you going to know which duck needs to come first and which duck needs to come second? Why am I talking about ducks? Anyway, so you get my point. My point is waiting for perfection makes no sense because you're never going to be perfect from day one. My third tip for actually overcoming fear and procrastination and starting your business is to do it scared. As I told somebody the other day, fear is not a good excuse not to start. There are a lot of people who do big things while they're still scared. There are countless people who have talked about the fear that they feel before they actually do the thing that they really wanted to do. But did that stop them? It didn't. They actually still went forward. So my advice would be to do it scared. Fear is not an excuse. Tip number 4 to overcome procrastination and start that business: complete one step at a time. So what are your first 5 steps that you need to do to start? Not to prepare, but to start. After that first step, you'll be surprised the kind of momentum you'll build if you just keep doing one step after the next. That's actually how I operate with this YouTube channel. I filmed the first video, edited it, and hit publish and flung the phone away. So I couldn't undo. So I couldn't delete it. If you take things one step at a time, you'll be surprised how you put one foot in front of the other and actually get work done. A great thing that I do is to have a to-do list. I love a to-do list. Oh my goodness, they're so yummy. What I do is have maybe 5 clear goals that I want to target for that day or that week or even that month, and make sure the goals are SMART. You want to make sure that these are goals that you can actually accomplish so that you won't be wasting time trying to figure out all the subtasks under each point. There are so many benefits to having a to-do list. One of them is decreased stress and anxiety because you're putting all your thoughts onto paper and getting out of your brain. Another thing is that when you have a to-do list, it helps you to be more focused and it helps you to prioritize the things that are really important and you get it done faster. When you prioritize things on your list, you're actually increasing your productivity. But the best one for me is when I take something off my to-do list, I feel so good. I feel like I've accomplished so many things. Sometimes I even end up taking a break. But don't do that. My last tip is to actually find a few people who can add value to your journey. People who are going to motivate you and encourage you and are going to tell you when you're procrastinating and when you need to really push harder, and who are also going to tell you when you need to take a break and take a rest. This can be an accountability partner like a friend or a family member, even a co-worker. It can be someone who is new to business just like you, and the both of you can really hold each other accountable. It can even be a seasoned business person that can act as a sort of a mentor to you, or you can even get a business coach. I actually provide business coaching for new business owners, people who are looking to get into business, they don't know where to start, or even people who have been in business for a few years, but you want to really take things up a notch because you feel like you haven't quite found your footing. And so I want to take this time to announce something big. I'm having a giveaway over on my Instagram page. I want to gift one person a 50-minute business coaching session with me. I can help you come up with a business idea, flesh out an existing business idea, or even assess and optimize your current business to really take it up a notch. The rules are simple. Subscribe to me here on YouTube and follow me on Instagram at Trini Business Life and comment. And you can even tell me what type of business you're in or want to get into, and you can win. I know a lot of you really want to start or grow in business, but as I told a client of mine recently, it feels really good to stay in your safe comfort zone of not starting your business, but it will feel 1,000 times better when you look fear in the face and you actually start that business. This is Nizelle from Trini Business Life. Thanks for watching. Bye.